Good morning and welcome to Breakfast Central. We're so glad, very excited and delighted that you chose to start this week with us. We hope you enjoyed the festivities and you're still enjoying because it's a public holiday here in Nigeria. So for wherever you're watching, it is still Eid al-Kabir. So, Barka de Salah.
Barka de Salah to you. Hope you got enough meat over the weekend.
Nobody gave me meat. I must be such a bad person. For not, okay, no, that's not true. Shout out to Jimmy Lawson. Jimmy Lawson sent me meat. I haven't collected it yet. And it's with my mother, so I'll go and collect that one.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. A warm welcome to you all and welcome to Breakfast Central on this beautiful Monday morning. It's a public holiday like my beautiful co-anchor has said. So I'm sure lots of you are home, still enjoying yourselves, have plans for today to visit family and friends. Just a nice breather. And today, which way Nigeria will be looking at public holidays. You know, we did talk about the productivity part of it, but we'll be looking at another angle today.
I like that. I like the fact. Anyway, welcome to Breakfast Central. Today is a special day for all of us on set.
Very extremely special day for all of us.
But we're not going to say anything yet.
Why not?
No.
Let's start the show with good news to put people in a celebratory mood. Because there's been lots of celebrations over the course of the weekend.
While the Muslim,
while our Muslim brothers and
Joy
sisters.
is coming and Joy is here.
Joy is here.
Do you know this dance?
Our Muslim brothers and sisters.
When people score goals in football, they do like this.
Yes. Speaking of this dance, somebody on this set became a brand new parent over the course of the weekend. Woo! In fact, one of the two men standing beside me became a tear-rubber daddy over the course of the weekend. Can you guess who? Definitely not the one moving away from me. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Gbenga Aborowa welcome a brand new baby girl over the course of the weekend. Congratulations. We're so excited we have a Breakfast Central baby.
Congratulations,
Gbenga.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to you and your lovely wife.
I would like to say a big thank you
to
my wife, first and foremost, because she's a superwoman and she's been very graceful and she's always there for me. And to all the women and mothers in the world, you guys are special.
You know that we said 5
special
Mother's
treatment. I mean, they should give them more Mother's Day. Special treatment because it's not easy.
Did you cry?
It's really not. Yeah, I was overwhelmed with emotion, tears of joy. And also a big shout out to my son. He sent a very lovely note to his younger sister.
Oh, bless.
Yes, saying he can't wait for them to bond and, you know. I was really tough.
Congratulations on being
away from all the bullshit.
We're going to we have to do like a baby shower for you here. Breakfast, your ovary, which will give you ovaries.
My hand.
We have to do a Breakfast Central baby shower in honor of you and our brand new baby. And we want to say we welcome her. We can't wait for her to grow up.
She's very beautiful.
I know.
No, you don't need to tell us.
You don't need to tell us.
Come on now. Come on.
I'm saying,
in the spirit of celebration, you know, as we've congratulated Gbenga, I also want to congratulate a family who's just celebrated over the course of the weekend, the Akinrogudes, who had their matriarch turn 80. So happy birthday to Grandma. Wishing the whole family lots of pleasant celebrations.
Happy birthday, Grandma. We love you.
Exactly. Happy birthday, Grandma. We love you. We hope to live 280 and beyond. And in the spirit of celebration, the Yoruba tradition, the Yoruba cultural celebration happened yesterday. Ojude Oba, called, I think it's interpreted to mean the King's Forecourt, because it dates back over 100 years where these people who had to, of course it happened I think the 3rd day after Eid al-Kabir. So back then I hear that the Muslims would go to the king just as a way of saying, oh, thank you for allowing us practice our religion and all the likes. That was what I heard about the history and tradition of Ojude Oba. But now it's become, there's a fashionable lady, it's become a way for Ijebu sons and daughters around the world to come together, celebrate their unity, their identity, their culture.
Oliver, I thought I'll see you here.
Me? I'm not an Ijebu daughter. I would have loved to go do it. They invited me. This picture is hard. Come on. So this is another common feature we see at the Ojude Oba. Horses. You know, their horses, pictures, and it's just that elegance. Families ride together.
I think that's
horses.
my picture of the year. 2025.
There were other ones. So did you see Nifagbemi's pictures? Nifagbemi is the goat of Ojude Oba. I think that last year was the year that Ojude Oba really caught fire in Nigeria, and many, I mean, they've been doing it for years.
Thanks to Mr. Steve.
Yeah.
Yes, but last year, it wasn't just Mr. Steez. I think, see, this is the fact with me.
That's my
I think
man.
it's important to give honor to whom honor is due.
No,
I'm such a huge fan of his work.
all the
flowers.
I cannot forget the clip, I think it was from last year, where they did Omo Yoruba Levi Swagger. He's such a brilliant storyteller.
This
and
guy?
Nifagbemi is who he thinks he is.
Do you know who this guy is?
I know him.
Ni.
I know him. And just to also say that
funny thing.
the fact that this thing has gotten as viral as it is, or as it has,
oh yeah, there he is.
Props. That's Mr.
There he
Steez.
is.
While we give props to the likes of Mr. Steez, we would never have known of a Mr. Steez if not for the photographers, the videographers, the content creators behind the scene that made this viral.
Moment.
So I think at this point, I want to give a round of applause to every storyteller behind the scene that brings Ojude Oba to social media and has now made it a trend.
I would also like to give a shout out to New Central Television.
Absolutely.
And Niyi Omoni.
Yeah, Niyi was there.
He was there to capture all the moments, and he was also represented in his own way. I mean, I don't think they could have sent a better correspondent.
I don't know. Do we have
Even
the clip?
his name sounds
the
very
clip of
fitting.
Niyi there?
Niyi Omoni.
Boom, 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 boom.
It didn't feel like work for him yesterday.
Yeah.
He was so excited, you know, jumping up and down, doing a great walk.
Oh, great work or fun work?
Wow.
Fun work.
I don't know if we'll have the clip of Niyi as well.
Those kind of assignments.
Let's take a look at what Niyi did prior to the start of the entire event as well.
So it's the D-Day, is the 2025 Ojude Oba Festival, and it promises to be explosive. I remember the iconic individual from last year who went viral, Farooq Oreagba. The Steez.
Morning.
Yeah. Well,
Nice to see you guys here.
Thank you very much. Well, I'm trying to keep up my own steez. I see you're still your elements, but
Don't worry, I will change it for you. I will change it. You know, the thing is, everybody's waiting to see what I'm going to wear. So I've been trying to keep it on the wraps for so long. But in a few minutes, I think all will be revealed. Woo! I'm nervous. I'm excited. You know, but this is what I do. This is my hometown. I mean, you can see the love. You saw the love we got this morning. It's just, you know, I do this. This is how I start every year. Last year, in this very spot, there was a video of me drinking beer, and this is what I do. I mean, look around you. Got people everywhere. This is my hood. This is my hometown. This is my family hood.
and I'm sure when you come out, every other person's steez will just reduce. You know, give you the steez.
That's the plan now. Maintain your steez and composure. 100.
All right, we'll look out for that. We'll look out.
I'm going to do a quick Superman move, and I'll be out shortly.
Looking out to that. Looking out to that. All right, thank you.
Money with the Steez, you know, trying to keep up with Austin Azu in Delta State with his own Steez over there.
I don't know, Gbenga, what did Austin Azu have to do?
What's the
Innocent
linkage?
Austin Azu.
No, I'm just Ojude Oba of reporters now.
Wow.
Okay.
But you know, shout out to Mr. Steez. I think that last year,
Yeah.
and if you watch an interview, there was an interview he granted where he talked about how they've been doing this for years, showing up every year for Ojude Oba. And last year, his picture went viral, and it was a moment that the whole world then got to celebrate. And he now became an ambassador for tourism in Nigeria.
Did you see the Minister of Tourism? She was there yesterday.
I didn't
And
see
she
her
had a
after.
behind the scenes video.
That was
She
the governor,
wore
by the way.
a costume. She really
yes, she wore the crown.
Exactly.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Wow, and that's
My
the executive
goodness.
governor. My God.
My goodness. I have goosebumps
That's
just watching all the
this
clips
video.
from there. I think it's just so beautiful, and I'm so excited about the potential that Ojude Oba carries. The potential in terms of, I mean, when Mr. Steez was talking about ever since he became Mr. Steez officially, he was talking about how typically his kids will only come for Dirty December, but now they want to come back for Ojude Oba. They are bridging generations, fathers, children. Now everybody wants to do Ojude Oba because it looks cool. Children, young people, influencers this year, actors. Somebody was saying that they've turned Ojude Oba to AMVCA, that it's not about fashion, but it is about the fashion.
Exactly.
How we tell our stories, in the beauty of our ashoke, the fact that they are age grades, all of them sitting with their age grades, coming together.
I wanna know
beautiful.
how this gentleman coped in 33 degrees.
Inside the outfit.
You know, you guys are just talking, and I'm already imagining,
how is-
picturing it.
Yeah,
The heat.
anyway. I'll leave that for fashion.
Is the things exactly? Fashion is pain. It's okay.
And it's
Fashion
how you
is
express
pain.
yourself.
Yeah, fashion is pain. Do you know what women go through a number of times on this red
corsets.
carpet with corsets?
who?
It's okay, let them stay in heat. It's normal.
You know,
They're doing it for themselves because they want to
I really
look
like
good.
that the governor has embodied
Yeah.
this. He's taking it very personal. And it's put Ogun State on the tourism map.
Yes.
Looking very excellent. I just wish the roads in Sanwo-Olu and parts of Ogun State can look as excellent.
That's
as
a good
the
one. That's a
governor.
good one. And I'm hoping that we can start to see a replication of this kind of festivals in the different parts of Nigeria. So I know they do something called the Lagos EU Hangout as well. We want to see different, like the Calabar,
Oh, yes.
Calabar Festival.
I
We want to see
miss
the beauty.
the Calabar Festival.
The beauty with that Oloriabi, Tomike. We want to see the beauty in the Calabar Festival. We want the Ijo, the Shekiri people, different parts of the world.
Yeah.
I look forward to tourism becoming a thing where people will fly into Nigeria to be like, oh, this festival is coming up, New Year Festival is coming up. I want to
And
go to
I
the
mean,
party.
it's a thing in Egypt where all the hotels were sold out. They were booked, Airbnbs. Every people couldn't get
See money
accommodation.
that the
A lot
business
of
people will
people
make this
had
weekend.
to come in from Lagos that morning.
Yeah.
Because there was no accommodation.
And one thing you expect is that as soon as that continues to happen, it becomes a must attend, because eventually you now have foreign direct investments, people coming in from different parts of the country.
Side events.
International photographers will also want to come in so they can get a glimpse of what's really going down, take pictures of themselves and so on. It's a good.
I don't know why, I should have sent this to our producers, but there's a clip of one of my babies who basically, she showed up and she showed out, Ebi Kicks. I really wish her video was here. Ebi Kicks is the real Shakara queen herself, and I wish I had her clip.
And the horses are so regal. I like that they
dress the horses.
I love this. I love this. I mean,
And I'm sure they do some training in horse handling and
yeah.
because you can't just get on a horse.
do have the
And it's
handlers
nice
as
to see well-fed horses, not the types we see in Elegushi that have malaria.
Meanwhile, that's
those ones that eat noodles and egg.
And kuli. It's been a long time I saw those horses. So, you know, back in the day
you
when I
don't
was coming
hang
to
out.
work in
You
the
don't
morning,
hang out in those kind
5
of
a.m. No, I'm not joking. On the express.
Okay.
5 a.m. you'll be coming to work, you'll be dodging car and dodging horse. It happened to
Yeah.
me many times.
Yeah.
Have you not seen
Yeah.
horses trying
Yeah.
to cross the road?
And it's
We
very
have-
dangerous.
Very. We
Yeah.
haven't seen
Very,
them in a while,
very.
so kudos to
Shout out to
Oba
Commissioner
Elegushi
of,
or, you know, whoever is
Commissioner of Environment, Mr. Tukumbo Wahab,
Tukumbo
for
Wahab.
sanitizing.
Exactly. We don't want to be
there's
dodging
still more
vehicles
work
and
to be
dodging
done,
horses.
But there's still more
but
work.
we'll get there. It's a gradual
so-
process. Anyway, away from the Ojude Oba.
Ojude Oba.
Ojude
The
Oba.
King's Folk
Yes,
Court.
very well said.
Ojude Oba. Oba.
Hopefully, Nii
This one
can
I'm
tell
doing
us.
it with Igberaga now. Let it not be
No,
that
she's a
mispronouncing it.
Lagos girl now. Lagos
Thank you.
girl target.
Thank you so
okay.
much. I really appreciate the kind
Let's move on to
of
another story. This story actually caught the attention of almost everyone. I don't know if it caught your attention too.
Not really. It didn't really catch my attention.
Oh, really? Okay. Anyway, it's a story that had to do with a pastor of a very popular church. Someone had moved very closely to his car, trying to take a video and also possibly, according to him, say hi. But unfortunately, it seems like it wasn't welcomed. But that's not the conversation. The conversation is what we see just
And
in this video.
yes, and also what he said afterwards.
So yes, there's an allegation
That's-
of him
that's it.
brandishing a firearm, and this was done by a content creator. I think it's Wild the Car Guy. Apparently, what Wild the Car Guy does is he spots luxurious cars. I think that morning he set out to, according to his interview with Daddy Freeze, he set out to spot Range Rovers. Those were, that was his target for the day, and this was the first Range Rover he had spotted for that day. And approaching him, he made the video, and of course was calmly chastised by Pastor Paul not to do that. And then he drove off. Of course, social media went
Berserk.
crazy with reactions. People, on the one hand, saying, don't you expect him to defend himself? Why do you walk into people and trying to make a video of them? You are invading their privacy. Others who said, no, this is a firearm. Why exactly are you carrying a firearm? Are you licensed to carry a
Have you
firearm?
confirmed it's a firearm?
It's
part of the conversation.
Exactly,
Yeah, yeah. It's part of
exactly.
the
So
conversation.
there are those who are saying that the video is not clear enough to show whether or not this is a firearm.
And then
now, we
some are
can't tell
saying
exactly
that
what
it's
it is.
artificial intelligence. It was doctored. It was
Which is a
edited.
possibility.
No, that
In
one
this
was
day and
still in his
age,
hand.
in this day and age, it is
no AI
possible.
videos.
But we know AI videos because
Eh?
the...
Are
Okay,
you
but
sure you
what
do?
was the pastor's official response?
Anyway, let's watch the video.
Let's watch the
Let's
video.
see.
Let the stories and the tweets tell the story, then we'll come back
Absolutely.
for analysis.
Boss. Sorry, sorry. That Friday morning, there was one of my big daddy like that used to call me whenever I want to pass so I can film his car there. So I left home around 7 o'clock to go to that roundabout.
That's 7 in the morning or 7 in the evening?
7 in the morning on Friday.
Okay.
On Friday. So he texted me say that I should come to the roundabout, that Ikoyi roundabout. So because that's what I used to say. That's why I used to film cars like that. So after
that's
I got there,
Ikoyi roundabout just before the Ikoyi bridge.
Yeah.
Ikoyi bridge.
Yeah. That leads to Banana.
Okay, so all right. So you are not in Lekki, you are on the Ikoyi side.
Actually, that morning I was not in Lekki. My dad used to call me to film his car that morning. So I have to come from Aja to that place to film his car. So after done with his car, I just feel like to video some Range Rover that morning. I wanted to video like 10 to 15 Range Rover, then add the clip together, then post on my TikTok. So that was my plan. So and that was the first Range Rover that we spot in that morning. That autobiography was the first Range Rover that we spot. That's January 2024. So as I see the car that is coming, I didn't even wanted to video it first. So I just like, let me start from this Range Rover. So after I start this thing, so as the man now passing, I don't even know the person that is inside. To be very honest,
did you touch the car? Did you at any point touch the car?
I did not move close to the car. I did not move close. I even moved I moved back safe. That I not to feel like maybe I'm disturbing him or something. I moved back, so I was not even close to the car at all. I was not even close to the car. So as I start the video, so I would just say, boss, like boss. So as in that part, I was so happy. I even think that you just want to acknowledge me, sir. Yo, thanks for your video, stuff like that. That was what I was expecting. So as the one that said, don't do that. I was like, sorry, boss. I don't know that I should get your set. So I did not really focus on him. I was just focused on my own screen. So because to get the video perfect, that was what I used to do, to get the video clean. So I did not really know. So as soon as she now left, I did not even know what is his hand. I started see one stuff in his hand, so I did not know. So as soon as she left,
say the thing no be GUN.
The enticement of the enemy is always the love of money, at the root of all evil. What we have had to witness was clickbaiters, just looking for more money. I probably wasn't even their target. Their target was to make more money. And I was falsely accused of bearing a firearm, pointing a firearm at an aggressive content creator who came within personal distance. The only thing separating me and him was about maybe 3/4 of a meter and glass. I do not have a pistol license for a firearm. I do not carry a firearm, and I pointed no firearm at anybody. Amen.
So there you have it. The response from the content creator as well as Pastor Paul, two sides of the divide. Let's also go on social media and get the two sides of the divide. Let's say the tweets reacting to this. We'll have our producers put up the tweets from X, and so we can respond to, what they're saying. But there's also one more video, I believe.
Yeah, I think from Very Dark Man did also respond.
Okay.
Did drop his own 2 cents,
Yeah.
But
I thought he would drop his own 50 cents.
This is better than butter.
Let's take a look.
What were you holding, Papa? We all saw that you were holding something. If you are telling us it's not a firearm, even though it looks like a firearm, then you should tell us what you are holding. According to Pastor Gideon, he says it's possible to say the whole thing. Inhaler, whether in gas man. It's possible to say a black inhaler. But me, honestly, I don't like for now. Waiting me, I see. Now, not tell you. I don't like for you now. Now see, now nothing I see. Now black cannot tell you whether they go like this. Okay, now you see. Is it Dr. Pastor Paul? Is it him that's supposed to be addressing the country? Yes, he should speak up. But this kind of report, it is the Nigerian police that's supposed to give us the report by doing an investigation. Do you understand? That's number one. Number two, since Pastor Paul Adefarasin is saying that he was not holding a pound, the only person that can tell us what he's holding, it is that boy who recorded the video. But here's the problem. That's if they never go meet the boy now. By now, if you don't go silence the boy, that's another thing entirely. Because it's not a big man business. And in Nigeria, this guy, man, they connected to powers, bro. You know how many people they sell at church? You know the influencer they there, not go. Not go. But again, what is the thing with House on the Rock pastors with guns? Because take a look at this one. This is House on the Rock pastor for Abuja that time, where he used gun, AK-47, better tools. They preach. Let's take a good look at it.
Come, Babala was wearing suits. Or can I tell you the truth? So they tell you you have to do certain things in order to grab you and to grip you. And unfortunately, not all pastors, but there are some pastors who are operating under the spirit of divination. They know how to read palms. They're not different from palm readers or diviners. So they can look at you, tell you about your past, the things that happened in your family tree some years ago, and you think that this is a prophet. How many people in Jesus' lifetime?
This particular one, police even brought him in for questioning. At the end of the day, what was the thing I even heard about the case? I think the guy said he borrowed it from a security policeman in order to pass his message. I think that was how the case ended. After all, a big man would come.
There. Let's see some of the reactions. This one says, leave Paul Adefarasin alone. Why are people after men of God? What that man of God was holding was not a gun, but a taser. Your desire to bring down, okay, I didn't finish that one. Your desire to bring down this man is evil. He was threatened by people telling him, and he showed them his taser. He was threatened. Was he really threatened?
We don't know. We were not there.
Anyway, Amajua says, never been to House on the Rock. That said, I stand with Pastor Paul Adefarasin. The video wasn't clear enough to make a conclusive judgment. Those who didn't need the video to project their bias on it. He goes on to say, however, with the mob charging at him, it can't be a difficult choice for me to know where to stand here. I stand against the mob. I stand with Pastor Paul. I believe him. Okay.
And by mob, obviously, he's referring to the social media mob that's been dragging him. All right, Dr. Penking.
Pastor Paul Adefarasin intelligently avoided talking about what we saw in that video. He didn't say it was a taser. He didn't say it was a stun gun. He didn't say it was a pepper spray. Why? Because he knows experts will analyze and see that it wasn't any of those things. So he just hid under the umbrella of it wasn't a pistol. Then he immediately fell back to the common defense of all so-called men of God. They are persecuting him. He saw something, sir, and all we are asking is, what did we see? He refused to say anything, and the very huge congregation was there clapping. For what? Even when he didn't say anything. Medical doctors in that congregation. Profs are there, lawyers are there, top security experts like DSS members are even there. For religion erases their brain. No matter how educated you are, there is something religion does to your brain. Nothing as powerful as religion. Anyway, that's your opinion. And there you have it. Final tweet. He's a liar, and shame on all his church members defending him. I am a huge gun lover, and I know I have seen that brand of gun before. It is a pocket gun, and it was also used in James Bond movies.
Taurus.
It is a Taurus ACP that is discontinued. Taurus Spectrum. It goes ahead to get the gang. Yeah,
that soundtrack was needed at that very
time. It goes ahead to get
the
picture, the name, the brand, the product, every single thing.
So maybe we should put this picture side by side, the screenshots from Pastor Paul's hand, or what was alleged to be Pastor Paul's hand. Maybe that should be the next photo. Do we have that?
No, not really.
I think the clip, the one where they showed a circle. Now that we've seen, is it the same thing? It's not the same thing. This thing looks like hand dryer, or like little hand dryer.
It looks like, I think there we have it. The jury's out on this case. And
it might even be air freshener, to freshen the car.
Like someone said.
I think so.
But, I mean, jokes it could also be chicken leg. Because anything
like you said jokes apart, how you said
anything man of God says, where are you to say is not
No,
but look, honestly, if you're going to come out, that's why they say come clean, 100%. And the PR experts would know that, look, if you're not going to tell the whole truth, don't just bother. How do you come out and say, okay, you weren't brandishing a gun. What were you holding? What was it? What was it? That's been clever by half. If you're not going to tell the whole truth, why did you bother in the first place? And from somebody of that level, a pastor, they're held to higher standards and levels of morality. You would expect him not to be. It's politicians that can be dodgy about, oh, I won't reveal what I was holding. So what were you holding? If it was a pepper spray, say it was a pepper spray. If it was anything, say it was, but not saying what you were holding is being clever by half. And I expect if it was other countries, law enforcement would have invited him for a talk. And
absolutely.
I mean, if he has a license to hold a gun, it's okay. He's a public figure. His life could be under danger. He needs some level of protection. And he hasn't killed anyone. And if he feels threatened in the situation, he has a right to, I mean, just to tell his attackers to back up. But not telling the truth is my grouse here. It's yeah, you expect better from him.
It's half enough. Gbenga, I don't know, you weren't here a few weeks ago. I think there was another, in quotes, a man of God who is highly revered in the society. And we had not same incidents, but something that had to do with people putting their belief and trust and looking up to you. And I did mention, I remember after I finished that show, someone had reached out to me and said, oh, I saw your analysis on this. One point I took was the fact that you hit a chord, and I'm going to say it again. Maybe I will hit a chord. He said, you said that Nigerians are struggling with the economy. Nigerians in the north are running away from insecurity. Nigerians are also grappling with the fact that lives are lost on a daily. Just like one of the reports we're going to see today, again, children are missing. Mm-hmm. So people now turn to who? They turn to their religious leaders and hope that they would find succor and rest there. But now you turn there, and it seems like, hey, am I really sure of what's going on? And I agree with the fact that we've seen the story, we've seen the pictures, and I would told the same line that Gbenga said. The line simply is this: you didn't kill anybody, you didn't do anything. But it's also good that if you're coming out to make that statement, it's also good to mention that, oh, by the way, this is it. Oh, can you see? It's not a gun. I don't have a gun. Exactly. This is it. Congregation, can you see it? It's not a gun. So please don't answer these people. Guess what? The trust, the believability, in quotes, maybe those who
and they will rest the case there.
People will say, okay, but no statement. I even saw a comment. Someone said it's AI. I said, AI? Really?
The length people.
So I agree with you. It goes a long way, and that's where communication comes in. But then again, it goes back to touch not my anointed, which is a generic statement Nigerians would always make. Don't touch my anointed is always right. But then again, that's what do you say?
So about the touch not my anointed, when we talked about, and I believe it was Pastor David B. you may be referring to, when we spoke about this, I said then, and I'll say again, that we must always remember that men of God are not infallible. Before they are men of God, they are first men. And we must always see that.
And the law, everyone is equal before the law.
Yeah, yes, that is true. So I'm just saying that, and I say this because people act super, like we place men of God on such a high pedestal, like you don't expect any sort of law. Oh, how can you do that? And you are a man of God. Oh, how could you do that? I can understand that because as a religious authority, there's a certain expectation. But I hope that we'll remember always, whenever we hear situations that involves pastors, priests, religious leaders, that before they are men of God, they're first men. And as such, they're prone to the same things that we all are prone to, right? That being said, regarding...
To human.
Exactly. Regarding this video, I'd say that I don't know that I have... And I completely understand when both of you say it was important for him to say this is what I was holding. I don't know what the full picture is, right? I'm not sure that I understand a clear picture of what exactly it is. It's a video, and it's a bit concerning in this social media age where once a video, and social media has helped to bring a lot of cases to the spotlight and to the fore, and helped to advocate for a lot of cases where there's injustice. But there have been also cases where it can be misinterpreted, right? And I believe that carrying a firearm is not legal in Nigeria. I think that the responsibility lies on
unlicensed firearm.
Unlicensed. Thank you for highlighting that. Unlicensed firearm. I think the responsibility would lie on law enforcement agents, right? In the case of Pastor Uche Aigbe, they had invited him and they had conversations and all that. So the responsibility lies on them to be. If somebody says, Pastor Paul has said he wasn't carrying a firearm, right? If law enforcement now feels that they're not satisfied with that explanation, then they can now go and probe further and say, okay, you weren't carrying a firearm. What was it? If, that was an issue there. I think that he's given a side of the story. The TikToker has given a side of the story. If Nigerians don't seem impressed with that, maybe the law enforcement agents will be the one.
They can petition.
Exactly. So, but for now, Pastor Paul Adefarasin said he wasn't carrying a firearm, and he wasn't carrying a firearm. Even the TikToker, the social media content creator, did not say he saw him carrying a firearm in the video that was played.
So what?
He didn't say he saw him carrying a firearm.
He said he wasn't paying attention. He was paying attention to his phone.
So yes, he never confirmed that he saw him carrying a firearm. Anyway, speaking about allegations of what may have been happening, Pastor Paul is not the only one facing allegations of that he has disputed. Lagos State Governor, there have been allegations of some sort of a rift between the governor and the president, especially because the president was in Lagos for a commissioning, shaking all the other governors, got to Governor Sanwo-Olu and skipped him to another governor. Of course, Nigeria started to put two and two together, saying that there had to be a rift between the two political figures. But Governor Sanwo-Olu has come to clear the air regarding this. I don't know if we have the video to say that, there is nothing there. It's just, I say, where did you see the rifts? Like, but let's take a look at it. I wasn't the one who clarified. Let's get the clarification from Governor Sanwo-Olu directly.
Alleging a discord between you and the president. What about?
Did you see any discord?
That's what we need you to clarify.
Did you see any? Can't you see when you are smiling, I'm smiling? There's none. There are people that believe that they are more Catholic than the Pope. There are things that you see people, they cry more than they bereave. Father and son, are things that will always ensure that, there's nothing at all. My father is my leader, and we're grateful that he has given us the audience today to come in and say hello to him.
More Catholic than the Pope, crime.
Did you see any discord?
What happened? Let me give you guys context. That was the GAC meeting. Governor Sanwo-Olu went to the president's private residence in Ikoyi. It's been a mecca of activities. Even members of the PDP. In the background of that video, you could see the former Minister of Works, Mr. Ogunlewe. In that video, we also saw Mr. Shomi. Segun Shomi was there over the weekend. So the president is in celebratory mood. He met with, it's not going to chase him away. They went to commission the coastal road together. And I believe the governor is just trying to,
douse the tension.
But there's more to it than, until I hear it from Mr. President's mouth that, look, I've forgiven him. I don't believe.
No. What you hear from Mr. President's mind that there is no issue.
That there's
because
no
it's
issue,
not,
exactly.
Forgiveness is only necessary when you can prove that there was this.
But people are, guys.
Now, they said.
They said there's issue. The governor was not there at the deep sea.
The governor was probably unwell. Uneasy lies he had that way.
Okay, how about the day the president...
Just
the president and the governor have probably greeted outside and then upon coming inside, I have a few handshakes.
During the Eid celebrations, it was the governor, the president was there.
The deputy governor
who else was there. The chief of staff was there.
The deputy governor of Lagos State was there.
Yes, the deputy
governor. The former governor of Lagos State was not there.
Yeah, but they are Muslims. Understood. They were at the prayer ground. Mr. Sanwo-Olu is a Christian.
Anyway, what we're doing check and balances.
Yes.
Okay.
But from that statement...
Well, don't cry more than the bereaved.
Yes,
that's the bottom line.
And then Governor Sanwo-Olu was in Akwa Ibom receiving Governor Eno. I wonder why we've not discussed this.
Yeah, Governor Eno is later on. Your
governor.
No, please, I've begged you people.
And
don't use the word your governor.
What is your governor?
So,
Akwa Ibom State.
And there was a one of the
Akwa Ibom states.
Yes.
One of his cabinet members resigned because you cannot force
Have you noticed the
not just one, others have followed though. They follow suit.
That's very on Nigerian, and it's very impressive. I really can't wait for us to get to that conversation proper. But I see a pattern playing out here. on Breakfast Central.
Tell us.
Governor of Delta State, almost home state, moved to APC. Followed by Akwa Ibom, moved to APC.
Governor of, where are you from?
Governor Lucky Aidatua of Ondo State is already APC.
So are you trying to say that?
Tripartite.
So are you trying to allege which political party? Well, the good thing is we are non-partisan.
We are neutral, exactly.
Because
we're non-partisan.
The party I belong to is the party that cares for the Nigerian people.
I am for everybody and I am for nobody. In the words of
political
President
always.
Buhari.
Anyway, let's move on.
Okay, talking about politics before we move on, I believe we're all political animals. What political animal?
I'm an eagle.
Gbenga.
A political eagle. I fly high above my
Joe, you're a political ram. They don't sacrifice you.
As usual, we've let down our shoulders a bit. We've been able to flex our muscles. Now we're ready and set to go into the action. Don't mind these guys. Let's bring to you our top stories for today here on Breakfast Central. Time to go into the main course of today's show. Today on Breakfast Central, we'll be assessing Akpabio-led Senate. It's a very intrinsic conversation we're looking to have. PDP cracks down on disloyal members. We're looking at a plan to overhaul South-South leadership. That's what they say. We'll go into that story as well. Akwa Ibom Governor Umar Eno dumps PDP, defects to APC, although some members say, no, we're not going with you. A sad story to look into, Agbaro missing children. Almost 26 and still counting. News Central will bring to you the front pages as well, and Breakfast Central. Stay with us.